So we were founded in 1982 by two women, Barbara Marshall and Mary Harris Francis, and they sometimes traveled together. They collected different things, but they both collected small things. And the family lore is they came back from a buying trip and they were showing Mary Harris's mother what they had purchased, and she said, "If you girls buy one more thing, you're going to have to open a museum." Barbara Marshall likes to say that the only thing that's more joyful than building the collection isn't sharing the collection. This movement that our collection is a part of really started in the 1970s, but in the early 1970s, people were very interested in craft. They were very interested in looking back to previous times. I think this related to the bicentennial in 1976 and kind of preparing for that. And I think that this movement relates to that high level of interest. Well, we have a very large collection. We have about 86,000 objects in the collection, and about 22,000 of those are miniatures. The rest are toys. I would say the miniatures always surprise people, because if you look at a picture of a miniature, it's very different from looking at it in person. They really are awe-inspiring. I talked to somebody recently who said they intended to spend an hour visiting the museum and they spent 4.5 hours in the miniatures. So I think when you start looking at detail, it really is astounding what these artists can do. Well, I think people don't necessarily realize how much our toys tell us about our culture. Toys can sometimes teach us skills and how that may have influenced career choices. I talked with a woman who was an engineer who said, I went to engineering school and all the boys, they had spatial understanding. And I didn't, because my toys didn't create that, didn't build that. I think our toys really do influence us in that. I think the gallery that gets the most attention is the Iconic Toys Gallery. And I think that that's because we can relate so well to those toys because they're part of our lives. That connection that families can have or groups can have is something that draws people. I love that my job is so diverse, and I also love doing research. I love being able to look at the collection and try to find a way to share what that collection is able to offer us. I think we all have very busy lives, and I think nostalgia allows us to think about a time in the past that we imagine was much simpler. To some degree, it's a little bit of an escape from our busy lives, and it kind of triggers our imagination, I think.